Do the Mario swing your hips.
Super Mario Super Show.
The Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
You think that was as weird as when they announced Chris Pratt as Mario? When they heard that?
Hey, welcome back to Windwaker. Christian, did you ever play or watch the old Legend of Zelda cartoon, the Excuse me, Princess one?
I know about it.
You know, you're aware of it, but you haven't watched it?
No.
All right, I gotta tell you. Well, first of all, I started watching it because I wanted to watch something with my son, and I thought this will be silly and small and something that he will enjoy, since he's an actual literal toddler. And
you're using that as an excuse.
I was, yes. And also, having played all the Legend of Zelda games, it's like, well, let's go ahead and just finish this up. Let's know about everything about this series. So I watched it knowing full well that it was going to be awful and terrible and just like an unwatchable mess, basically. And I gotta tell you, I started watching it ironically, and I'm kind of a fan of the show.
That's the most predictable thing I've ever heard.
I'm not saying it's good. I'm just saying So it came out after Zelda 1. So, Zelda 2 had not come out yet.
Yeah.
And so the show is made up almost entirely of extremely deep cuts to the very first Legend of Zelda. I mean, it has the music, every time Ganon appears on the screen, it plays the old dungeon theme from Zelda 1. Almost half the time Link does anything, it plays the original Legend of Zelda theme. There are precisely 3 characters in the show, and it's Link, Zelda, and Ganon. Occasionally, the king shows up for 5 seconds, but all the other characters are just enemies.
Yeah.
But it's all of the and they're all named the same thing, and they're from the Legend of Zelda series. And they get real deep into it, man. All the sound effects are from the original game, and so there's something in my nostalgia brain that's I know that jingle. I love that jingle. I love this show. I'm not saying I'm in full support of the nature of the romantic relationship between Link and Zelda.
Definitely an oldie, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's a little more James Bond than I would prefer it to be, if you know what I mean.
Now, time for some unfinished business.
No, James.
Yes.
No, James.
Yes.
The entire show.
Our generation is definitely less okay with that show than the past one.
Yeah. The entire, Link's one and only motivation for the entire show is to get a kiss from Princess Zelda. And her reactions go everywhere from between absolutely not, you complete and utter creep, all the way over to, sure, I'll give you a kiss, to being interrupted precisely before the kiss. That happens. He says, "Excuse me, princess," at least twice per episode, and he almost gets a kiss at least 3 times an episode. And each episode is only 16 minutes.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Go right ahead.
Guess what we don't have?
Oh my god.
We will see you after the cut.
After the cut. And welcome back. That took an incredible amount of time off camera, just so y'all know.
That was truly embarrassing.
I really wish we had the camera on and all that, because Christian got all the way back to the store, and then we realized we need my car. So I said, Christian, I'll take care of it for you. I'll go back and get him and come back. And I'm not kidding. I think it took me 20 minutes.
Yep.
That threw me for a loop. Let me freaking tell you.
I forgot how much I just do not like this dungeon.
Well, and give us a break, y'all. You should never stop playing a Zelda temple halfway through. Always make your play session end at the end of a dungeon. Because if you don't, you're gonna get stuck in what we just did, where you don't know where you are or what you're supposed to be doing. We're 6 months separated from this thing. Love this room.
I was actually really excited when I saw these guys.
Yeah.
This is somewhat worth it.
I'm not sure if you, nice. Dude! Okay, Christian. I was actually really excited when I saw this room. Just comes in here and just wastes them. Oh, okay, well, never mind. Okay.
Oh, God.
You've just got them obliterating each other.
Okay, you've got a shield, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to fish sword school, buddy.
Did you just say I went to fish sword school?
With that fish guy? Shark guy.
Oh! I
don't know his name.
I was thinking Orca is his name.
Of course you would know that.
And I was...
Oh!
Oh, no!
No!
There's another one! Get him!
So close. Okay.
Well, if our mics aren't broken now, I don't know. We're going to go back to the Great Fish Isle days where all of our episodes sound like...
That gave me legit goosebumps.
You're in a cold sweat right now. Hey, look! The boss key.
Freaking trouble we had to go to. Let's get the heck out of here.
Let's get out of here, yo. I don't know if you know this, but the original, that Zelda cartoon I was talking about earlier, I don't think I had made this connection. It was part of the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
What?
Yeah.
It's the Super Mario Brothers Super Show!
It was, so like, they would have the little cartoon play. Well, first of all, they had these two hosts. Do you know these guys? Do the Mario sweet your hips.
Super Mario
the
Super Show.
The Super Mario Brothers Super Show. They actually, like, it was like an episode of Sesame Street or something where you have two live action people. You need to let my car up.
Yeah, I was gonna go over here.
Oh, I see.
So I could.
Gotcha.
Nice.
They have these two live action hosts, like Sesame Street or like something like that, where they go and they have to like solve a problem that week, and it's like a plumbing problem. Like, oh, your pipes are stuffed up. Hey, Luigi, I hope there ain't no meatballs in there.
You think that show is offensive?
I think that Italians are beyond being offended by that anymore. It's been too long.
Well, I feel like with the political landscape we have, there would be so many people that would be offended by that, and none of them would be Italian.
Yeah, you're probably right. But so they have that, and then they go into a cartoon episode.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's kind of like the Zelda thing I was just talking to you about. All of the references are from Mario 1 and 2, because I don't even think Mario 3 had come out at that time.
Yeah, because he didn't have his voice. Like the Mario voice.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely before Mario 64.
Yeah,
with
well, that's
Charles Martinet.
Yeah.
It's a me, Mario. Woohoo!
Yeah. That's where the voice started, right?
Yeah. Charles Martinet did it for a quick expo.
You think that was as weird as when they announced Chris Pratt as Mario? When they heard that in Mario 64.
Hey, let's go make it a pizza pie!
Hey, what the heck
Who
is this?
They've been playing, the only voice that they've heard so far is the voice that we've been saying. Hey, Luigi! Baba Luigi! What do you mean, brother? These are the voices they're used to. So,
God.
You know what? It just occurred to me? That was probably the highlight of that dude's career.
Oh, yeah.
He will always only ever be known. I mean, now watch this. In our comments, people are going to be like, you're not aware that he actually played...
I was played by Mario Puzo.
Flashback.
I took out the trash for our sound guy.
Mario Puzo.
Mario Puzo.
Yeah, thank you, Mario Puzo. You did an excellent trash delivery.
I'm pretty sure some of these are made up.
Mario Puzo and David Newman.
See, they're like reusing the exact same. We need to recut this, but all the names just say Mario Puzo. How did you not know that?
Isn't that the same guy who made Superman?
You guys are really uncultured.
Yeah, he took out the trash for the for the Superman set. Oh. That's why I had so much experience playing as a plumber. Swing your arms from side to side. Dude, can you please just sweep the floor?
Everybody do the Super Mario.
But that was the highlight of that dude's career. Years and years and years after everyone who knows him personally is dead and gone, and no one knows what he was like personally anymore. The only legacy that he will leave behind is the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
That was really dark. I got really sad.
Just saying. I'm just saying. Like, you gotta wonder. Mario Puzo.
Alright, we're almost back to... Couldn't be made no progress. Negative progress in this episode.
For y'all who don't know, since we've been out here, we've been dealing with one technical issue after another until we finally got to this dungeon. We have made 2 episodes and we have been trying to record for 3 or 4 hours.
We've been through this one little hallway like 4 times now. This
is our hallway now. The memories we made in this hallway. We're more associated with it than Daredevil is with his hallway now.
It's a good reference, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty proud of
it. You hear they added him to She-Hulk this week.
Yeah.
I think it was this week.
Yep. Now I don't with those kinds of shows. I don't ever watch them until they're all out. I can't stand waiting week to week to watch a show because I completely forget what happened last week.
Are you gonna watch She-Hulk?
Yeah, Megan's a huge She-Hulk fan from the comics.
Ooh, I really, really want her to watch that and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm interested too because, like, we're trying to go in. Like, I'm just really hoping that a lot of the conversation around it being so terrible is just people not liking Marvel right now because it's unpopular. Because she really likes the She-Hulk comics. Like, I got her into comic books, and then she kind of launched in her own direction. She reads Hulk, Wolverine, and She-Hulk.
Of course, I have to do
this whole room again.
I know what to do now, though. So, I don't mean to bring up Twitter in every episode, but since this came out, Twitter has been a war zone.
Yeah.
It's been... I don't get on it like literally like half as much as I used to because it's literally just arguing about that specific thing all the time. And I've seen a few episodes of it. I don't know if you want me to tell you what I think of it yet because I know like you and Meg want to watch it or whatever.
Don't give me your full opinion. I almost want to go into it clean because like I don't know how to put it. Megan really likes She-Hulk. She really likes the comics, and she's been pretty psyched about the show. I've been aware of a lot of the controversy, like the really controversial quote and the really bad CG and all this sort of stuff. I'm really hoping that it's just kind of funny anyway. I'll put it like this. I saw the scene, like I looked up the scene where she, what do you call it? Dances. What's that dance called?
Twerking?
What's that dance the kids do these days? The Super Mario? Yeah, where she twerks. And I gotta tell you, I think it has been absolutely overblown how bad that was supposed to be. Like,
what do you mean?
Like, everyone's saying it's the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my entire life. It's awful, and my eyes burned in terror of how awful and cringy it was. It's so corporate and terrible. And I'm like, it just looks like she's, it looks like She-Hulk from the comics to me. Like, she's kind of a dork. She ran into someone she likes. And She-Hulk makes her personality have, like, she holds back less. Like, she's more likely to do things that would embarrass her in her Jennifer Walters form. And so she did something kind of dorky, but she was still having fun. Mm-hmm. That is very She-Hulk. That whole scene, to me, is extremely She-Hulk. And so, like, I'm not saying it's the best scene I've ever seen in the history of cinema, but, like, the whole, like, worst thing I've ever seen before, I was like, it's okay. And it's like, it's not a main scene, it's like a post-credit scene that's just there for laughs. It's not, like, integral to the plot of the whole thing, right?
Yeah, if that's your opinion on that, I think there's a probability that it might work for you.
Okay.
If you don't have a problem with that.
Okay.
Because I think that scene was what started the whole thing.
Yeah.
And I think that, like, I don't know how much I want to say because there's a lot going on with the show. I personally haven't really cared for, like, any of the Disney Plus shows. But I think that, like, I don't like it. Mm-hmm. But that could just be me not liking, like, what they normally give out.
Is it as bad as its reputation to you, or is it just bad?
I think it could be. It could be. I personally don't hate it as much as most people. I'm just not into it because I don't like the direction that those shows go to most of the time. Yeah. And I think this one is probably one of the ones I would say is worse than most. Mm-hmm. But I'm still not like, oh my gosh, I absolutely hated that with, like, everything in me. Okay.
Well, I would really like to talk more about Marvel Phase 4 and the general direction of Disney, and also see what's on the other side of this very interesting boss store that we have spent an entire episode trying to get through on the next amazingly interesting episode of Windwaker.
I'm going to cry.
You know what to do.
And if you don't, ask someone.
With the Mario Brothers and plumbing's a game, we're not like the others who get all the fame. If the sink is in trouble, you can call us on the double.